the Arab Spring.
Bismillah wa alhamdulillah. Permettez-moi, mes chers amis, d'user de mon français pour saluer Sant'Egidio.
On behalf of God, the Almighty,
vous entendre, apprendre, comprendre, et puis vous transmettre mes idées. On m'a présenté comme juriste. J'ai fait la magistrature.
I studied law, and I am one of the founders of the Ennahda movement. Ennahda being a Renaissance, it's an Islamic movement, and today the Ennahda movement is considered as a part and parcel of the revolution that took place in Tunisia in 2011. And I feel responsible for what is taking place in Tunisia, both in active and in passive terms. And I am reaching out and I want to be here as a witness. I'm coming from a small country, which means that my references will be small ones, but Tunisia is the country that has given its name to Africa. For 8 years it was called Ifriqiya, and that's why we call Africa Widudwe. And we Tunisians are of the opinion that before Athens and Sparta we founded the first republic at worldwide level, but we are the country with two major persons. First of all, St. Augustine, a Catholic figure, and Ibn al-Dun, the founder of sociology. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize as I'm the only Arabic-speaking representative present here. And please do allow me to use my mother tongue. And before switching to Arabic, I'd like to welcome Mr. Sigmund Bowman, a major figure that we know in Tunisia and who's well known at the university in Tunis. It's an honor for me to be here with you, and it's an honor for me that you are in the room listening to me.
Ich muss Ihnen sagen, das ist...
Alors, je dois vous dire, monsieur, combien c'est un honneur pour moi d'être ici avec vous et de pouvoir parler avec vous. The question we are dealing with this morning has been with mankind ever since, and it is related to the human being. In order to be created, the human being has to go through 4 stages. That's to say, childhood, adolescence, maturity, and old age. And there's four stages have their own specificities in physiological terms, amongst others. First of all, the child has to know itself, to learn what its body is all about, what its environment is all about, and then the elderly have to think back of what they've gone through in their lives. And this means that there's two generations, the young and the elderly, might have problems, and in the three religions, laws were adopted so as to try and solve this possible conflict between generations. My colleagues have considered the issue against the background of their societies. They did so on a theoretical basis. Please do allow me to put in the forefront my own perspective. I want to discuss the issue, but against the background of my own country. The world is under threat. The world is jeopardized. You Europeans and Westerners, you've put in the forefront civilization. This civilization is threatened by barbarian aggressions, not taking into consideration the freedom of the human being, and not taking into consideration the sacred part of the human being, not taking into consideration to underscore and stress the very value of the human being. Yesterday we discussed this issue, and I am a victim myself. I was blamed for being an infidel, and I was physically aggressed, though I am a Muslim, and that's a situation that you understand here in the Western world, because you are under attack as well as we are. We are going through such difficulties because of a lack of dialogue between the different generations. At the time of decolonization, the Arab countries met with a new real situation. We came to realize that we were lagging behind, that our education level was not high at all, whereas our poverty level was very important as well, and this despite our previous situations. And young people, for the time being, want to get back to former civilizations. However, they do not have the means to discuss and get in touch with the politicians who have are very much focusing on their powers. This has led to a major gap. There is in society, we have no longer means to communicate. The channels of communication no longer exist. Within society, we have no organizations that could develop and build such bridges between generations. And there are no longer such organizations able to make it possible for people to dream of the state they want. This, for some, is a utopia. So there is a lack of dialogue between the young generations and the political leaders, the young people and the intellectuals. And because of this lack of dialogue, young people behaved in a way that nobody can accept, be it at the religious or at the social level. Those young people had lost all their hopes. They are no longer in line with the real situation. And in Europe, you know what the situation was in your own countries at the end of the 60s. In those days, several movements conducted rather dangerous activities and took to the streets. However, the society reacted, and this was possible through a dialogue. This has settled the situation in Europe. In our own countries, we are faced with a similar situation. We have to restore security, but we should and safety, but we should do so through dialogue. The one who is of the opinion that he is allowed, he has the right to kill, is the enemy of society. One should not accept such situations. You know that some Europeans want to leave their European countries and go to other countries. And in our countries, it's absolutely necessary to have intergenerational dialogue. It is necessary if we want safety, stability. It is not possible to develop. It is not possible to change a situation unless we initiate a dialogue. Do believe me, Muslims do not accept that violence. Religious leaders, Muslim religious leaders, are of the opinion that this has nothing to do with Islam or faith or religion. It's just barbarism. Thank you very much for your kind attention.
Grazie.
Well, thank you. Our lawyer, Mourou, has talked very passionately in French and Arabic, and he has shown that the only alternative to solidarity and the only solution to the conflict between the generation is sometimes having as consequences wars, as we have seen today, the barbaric acts, which, as he said, are not due to the Islamic religions, but from the distortion that we sometimes have in front of this religion. So once again, I would like to thank him